Stay tuned to meet Advocate Capital client Genie Harrison. Hi, Genie. Thanks for being here.
Mike, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for being our customer for quite some time now. We appreciate the important work that you do in California and beyond to help victims of sexual harassment and all kinds of other terrible torts. So thank you for the work that you do there. And I was hoping to ask you a few questions today, Jeannie, about what it's been like to be an advocate client. Can you perhaps for our viewers talk about what was it like to run your law firm before and then after?
Sure. Well, I tell you, I'm one of the lucky ones because when I finally decided to start my own law firm just over 5 years ago, I had been a partner in other law firms, and I don't think we had
Yeah,
been, I know we had not been advocate capital clients at my prior firms.
yeah.
But when I started my own law firm 5 years ago, I reached out to Advocate because I figured I needed to have a partner for case costs and helping me out with that.
Mhm.
And Advocate was willing to listen and sit down and ask me some really rigorous questions, asked me to go through some analysis
Mhm.
about what did I generate and in terms of fees and that kind of thing in my history as a partner in other law firms. And I
Mhm.
have to tell you that as anxious as I was about starting my own business, because I'm not an entrepreneur by nature, or at least I wasn't then. I
Well, you
am
are
now.
now. Yeah.
But at that point, I didn't know how to think about starting my own business. And when I went through and prepared the information to answer advocates' questions
Yeah.
about my historical business, I gained a tremendous amount of confidence
Great.
about what I was going to be able to do on a
Yeah.
going forward basis in terms of the business I was going to be able to generate and the fees I'd be able to generate to
Mhm.
sustain a business. And
Mhm.
so Advocate has been there for me since I opened my law firm because I obviously had a prior track record.
Right.
And I have worked closely with Advocate every year of my law firm's existence for the past 5+ years. I work with Buffy Eskew. She's wonderful. And I actually, as much as, people may not enjoy putting together all of their financials and that kind of thing every year, I actually appreciate the opportunity to look at that and
Mhm.
to see how my business has grown. And I feel like I have a trusted partner in Advocate Capital that I know I'm going to be able to rely on Advocate Capital to help me do the best job that I can to fight on behalf of victims of
Yep.
sexual harassment, sexual abuse, and employment discrimination. So I value my relationship with Advocate Capital tremendously, and I so appreciate what you do for
Well,
us.
well, thank you, Jeannie. We have the easy part. We help with the business part. You're the one doing the hard work in the trenches, and it's really gratifying for us. All of us here at Advocate know what to do every day and how to do it, but we have a really strong why, which is why are we doing this? We're doing this to help people like Jeannie Harrison fight the good fight and help these victims. And that really what makes our heart beat fast. So we appreciate it. Now, if a lawyer's watching this, they've thought about maybe being an advocate client. Sometimes they have some concerns, and one of the concerns they have is that, well, if I put this interest pass-through language in my fee agreement, my clients are going to object to this. What's your experience been?
My experience is in the past 5.5 years, I have had one potential client raise the issue,
Hmm.
um, and it was very, very easy to address. So it just has, it's been a
Yeah.
non-issue in
Yeah.
reality for me.
And that's been our experience as well. I mean, we have about 490 law firm clients now in 44 states, and we're funding about 63,000 cases. And that wouldn't be the case if they were all objecting to it, right? But it's good to have them hear it from someone like you. So another thing we hear a lot actually is I don't need the money, right? Because we're like a bank, we don't actually loan money to people who need it. So if one of your colleagues was saying, I thought about using Advocate, but I don't need the money, what would you say to them?
Okay, here is what I have said to them,
Okay.
which is why wouldn't you use your money for other productive concerns and work with a fantastic company like Advocate Capital who has its actual heart in its business in the right place.
Yeah.
And so I think it's a terrific partnership. And I do actually have those conversations with other lawyers.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. Thanks a lot. It means a lot, right, when you speak to one of your colleagues. I think plaintiff lawyers generally have a bullseye in their back. No one's really out to help you, and no one really knows what you do. So it really means a lot when you share that with your colleagues. One other concern they have sometimes is that, well, I don't think my competitor down the street uses Advocate, and I think that passing interest through will make me less competitive in the marketplace. Has that been an issue for you?
That has not been an issue at all for me. A
Yeah.
0% issue,
Yeah.
literally.
Well, that's because they're choosing you because you're the right lawyer for their case, not because you give interest-free loans, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let me speak to that. What I find is that my clients find me and choose me because of who I am, because of the fact that they can tell that I really care about what I'm doing and I care about them. And
Yeah.
so I think that clients are choosing the right lawyer for themselves, and they know when they're making the right choice.
And if a lawyer's whole competitive edge is that they give interest-free loans, maybe they should change your practice a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that would be the competitive advantage that someone would have,
Yeah.
as opposed to the quality of their work.
Exactly. Well, Jeannie, thanks again for being our customer and for being willing to share your experiences with our viewers.
Thank you, Mike.